Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Gates channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit like for more daily drama updates and spoilers. Your support truly means a lot and helps our channel grow every day. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Monday, August 10th, promise another explosive day in Fairmont Crest, where secrets are getting harder to hide and several lives are suddenly hanging in the balance. At the center of the chaos is Bill Hamilton, whose condition has taken a terrifying turn after he collapsed during Friday's episode, leaving everyone wondering whether he will survive what comes next. At the same time, Heather Armstrong begins a seemingly innocent fishing expedition involving Vanessa McBride, but there may be far more behind Heather's sudden interest than anyone realizes. As family secrets, dangerous schemes, and complicated relationships begin colliding, Monday's episode looks set to deliver a mixture of fear, betrayal, romance, and shocking revelations. The calm surface of Fairmont Crest is about to crack once again, and this time the consequences could be devastating for several people. First, Haley Hamilton's carefully arranged travel plans are about to be completely derailed. Haley had hoped to whisk Bill away so she could finally finish the job and get her hands on his massive $10 million life insurance policy, but Bill's sudden collapse has changed everything. Whatever Haley had planned, she can no longer simply move forward as though nothing has happened, because Bill is now in a critical situation and time is running out. After the shocking events of Friday's episode, Monday will pick up with the question of whether Bill can actually be saved before Haley's scheme reaches its deadly conclusion. His assistant, Caroline Lee, will rush to his aid, desperately trying to save him when he needs help most. But with Bill's life hanging in the balance, the biggest question is whether Caroline will reach him in time or whether the damage has already gone too far. While Bill's fate remains uncertain, another secret threatens to explode in a completely different corner of Fairmont Crest. Dany Dupree is about to shock her family when she suffers what can only be described as a dangerous slip of the tongue. For Dany, the timing could not be worse because she has been desperately trying to keep one particular secret buried deep inside her. During the tornado in the elevator, Dany had a one-night encounter with Bill, something she absolutely does not want Andre Richardson or the rest of the Dupree family to discover. She has worked hard to keep that moment hidden, knowing exactly how damaging the truth could be if it ever came to light. So if Dany accidentally says something incriminating, the embarrassment and panic could be overwhelming, especially if someone catches on to the meaning behind her words. And just as the tension begins building around Bill and Dany, Eva Thomas and Isaiah Hawthorne will find themselves facing a deeply personal struggle of their own. The aftermath of Eva's surgery has not been easy, and the young woman continues to struggle with insecurity over the scar left behind. That insecurity is beginning to affect the couple's intimate relationship, creating an emotional barrier between them, even though the feelings they share remain strong. What should be a private and loving part of their relationship has instead become a source of anxiety for Eva, making it difficult for her to fully let go and feel comfortable with Isaiah. Now, the two will have to confront that emotional hurdle together rather than allowing it to quietly pull them apart. Whether Eva can regain her confidence and whether she and Isaiah can move beyond this painful obstacle will be something fans will have to watch unfold. Meanwhile, Vanessa McBride is about to find herself drawn into Heather Armstrong's orbit, and that could be far more dangerous than it initially appears. Monday's Beyond the Gates spoilers reveal that Vanessa and Heather will bond, creating an unexpected connection between the two women. On the surface, their growing rapport might seem harmless, perhaps even friendly, but Heather's interest in Vanessa raises some very serious questions. Why is she suddenly so interested in her brother's gal pal, and what exactly is she hoping to discover? Could Heather simply be looking for more information about Joey Armstrong and his business, using Vanessa as a convenient source of intel? Or is she carefully positioning herself for a much larger endgame that Vanessa has no idea she is part of? The danger becomes even more complicated when Heather's identity as the plasma ring's impaler is taken into consideration. Fans already know that Heather is gunning for Bradley Smitty Smith and Jacob Hawthorne, two men who just happen to be quite close to Vanessa. That connection makes Vanessa's growing relationship with Heather feel much more suspicious because it puts her dangerously close to people Heather may already have targeted. Could Vanessa unknowingly become a key piece in Heather's larger agenda? Is Heather getting close to her simply because she wants information? Or is she preparing to use Vanessa to get closer to Smitty and Jacob? The more questions that emerge, the more unsettling Heather's friendly behavior becomes, because beneath that calm exterior could be a plan that nobody sees coming. And then there is perhaps the most mysterious question of all. Could Heather actually be the person stalking Andre Richardson? That possibility would completely change the way viewers look at her actions. If Heather really is connected to the mysterious person watching Andre, then her interest in the people around him may not be accidental at all. Could she somehow be the person from Andre's past returning with unfinished business and motives that have yet to be revealed? If so, her growing connection to Vanessa could be part of something much larger, tying together Joey, Smitty, Jacob, Andre, and the dangerous world surrounding Heather. The truth remains hidden for now, but the pieces are beginning to move into place, and Monday's episode could bring viewers closer to finally understanding what Heather is really after. With Bill's life hanging in the balance, Haley's deadly insurance scheme thrown into chaos, Dany desperately trying not to expose her secret, and Eva and Isaiah struggling to find their way through an intimate, emotional hurdle, there will already be more than enough drama unfolding across Fairmont Crest. But Heather's mysterious interest in Vanessa adds another layer of danger, especially with the looming possibility that she could be connected to Andre's mysterious stalker or someone from his past. Monday's episode promises intense encounters, frightening moments, painful secrets, and just enough romance to keep the emotional stakes high. Every character seems to be carrying something they desperately want to hide, and every secret brings them one step closer to an explosive confrontation. With so much happening at once, Beyond the Gates fans will definitely want to tune in because the next shocking revelation could come from anywhere. As Monday's drama unfolds, the real danger may not come from the people openly making threats, but from those quietly moving behind the scenes while everyone else remains distracted. Bill's medical emergency has suddenly disrupted Haley's carefully calculated plans, forcing her to confront a situation she never expected to face this soon. She had been focused on getting Bill away so she could complete her deadly scheme and eventually claim the $10 million life insurance payout, but his collapse has turned her plan into a race against time. Now every moment matters because if Bill survives, everything Haley has been working toward could unravel before she gets the chance to finish it. And if he does not survive, the circumstances surrounding his death could raise questions that Haley may not be prepared to answer. Caroline Lee, meanwhile, becomes one of the most important people in Bill's life at the exact moment when he needs someone to fight for him. Her decision to rush to his aid could prove critical, especially after the frightening collapse that left Bill vulnerable and unable to protect himself. There is a sense of urgency surrounding every second because Bill's condition is not simply another medical crisis. It is directly connected to the dangerous intentions of someone who wants him gone. Caroline may not know the full extent of what Haley has been planning, but her actions could unintentionally stand between Haley and the fortune she desperately wants. As Caroline struggles to save Bill, Haley's plans could begin slipping further and further out of her control, creating a dangerous situation where desperation could push someone into making an even more reckless decision. At the same time, Dany Dupree will find herself fighting a completely different kind of battle, one that could destroy her carefully protected secret with just a few careless words. She has spent so much time trying to keep her one-night encounter with Bill hidden that even the smallest slip could send her entire world crashing down around her. The memory of what happened during the tornado in the elevator has remained buried, but Monday's episode suggests that the secret may be closer to the surface than Dany realizes. If she says something she should not, Andre Richardson and the Duprees could begin connecting the pieces before she has a chance to explain herself. For Dany, the fear is not simply that they will discover what happened, but that they will judge her for it and question everything else she has told them. The pressure will be intense, and one emotional mistake could be enough to expose the truth. Andre, of course, may have no idea that Dany is carrying such a dangerous secret, but his own mysterious storyline continues to create an atmosphere of uncertainty around him. The possibility that someone from his past could be watching him has already raised unsettling questions, and now Heather Armstrong enters the picture with her own suspicious behavior. If Heather really is connected to the person stalking Andre, then her actions toward Vanessa could have a much darker purpose than anyone realizes. She may be gathering information, testing loyalties, or quietly searching for an opening that will allow her to get closer to the people she truly wants. The frightening part is that Vanessa may believe she is simply building a new friendship while unknowingly stepping into the middle of a much more dangerous game. That possibility becomes even more disturbing because of Heather's connection to the plasma ring and her identity as the Impaler. Her targets, Bradley Smitty Smith and Jacob Hawthorne, are not strangers to Vanessa, which makes her presence in Vanessa's life feel increasingly calculated. Heather could be using their connection as a doorway, hoping Vanessa will unknowingly reveal something that brings her closer to the men she wants. But there may be another reason she is interested in Vanessa, one connected to Joey Armstrong and his business, or perhaps something even more personal. Until Heather's true motives are exposed, every conversation between these two women carries an invisible layer of danger. What looks like bonding on the surface could actually be the beginning of a carefully constructed trap. And while all of these mysteries continue to build, Eva Thomas and Isaiah Hawthorne will be trying to protect something far more fragile, the emotional connection they share. Eva's insecurity over her surgical scar has become a painful obstacle, affecting their intimacy and making it difficult for her to feel completely comfortable in their relationship. Isaiah may want to reassure her, but emotional wounds are not always healed simply by hearing the right words. Eva has to find a way to accept herself again, while Isaiah must show her that the scar does not change how he sees her or how deeply he cares about her. Their struggle could become an important moment of vulnerability, reminding viewers that even in a world filled with schemes and danger, some battles happen quietly inside the heart. Whether they can overcome this obstacle together will depend on whether Eva can finally allow herself to believe that she is still worthy of love, closeness, and happiness. By the time Monday's episode reaches its most intense moments, the different storylines may begin to feel like separate storms gathering over the same city. Bill is fighting for his life while Caroline races to save him. Haley watches her plans collapse. Dany struggles to keep a dangerous secret from escaping. And Eva and Isaiah attempt to rebuild intimacy after a deeply personal, emotional setback. At the same time, Vanessa is drawing closer to Heather without knowing whether she is making a friend or walking directly into danger. Heather's mysterious agenda continues to raise questions about Smitty, Jacob, Joey, and even Andre, leaving viewers to wonder how many seemingly unrelated stories are actually connected. And somewhere beneath all of it lies the possibility that someone from Andre's past has returned with unfinished business. The closer these characters move toward one another, the harder it becomes for anyone to keep their secrets hidden. Haley needs Bill's death to accomplish what she wants. Caroline needs to save him before it is too late. And Dany needs her past with Bill to remain buried. Vanessa may believe she understands Heather, but Heather could be studying her for reasons that have nothing to do with friendship, while Andre remains unaware of just how close the danger may be. Every relationship now carries the possibility of betrayal. Every secret has the potential to explode, and every decision could change the direction of several lives at once. Fairmont Crest may look peaceful from the outside, but underneath that polished surface, fear, desire, guilt, and revenge are colliding. And when those forces finally crash together, there may be no way for anyone to walk away unchanged.